This is very awkward. It's night and I have my flash on. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do an intro here. Welcome back to this episode. Today is day 2 of the Bible study. It's upside down. It's a Bible study. Yeah. People are watching me surprised. We're studying John chapter 2 today. I gotta stop recording or I'll get robbed very, very soon. Check. Yes, welcome. Hello. Oh, you can see me perfectly now. Not perfect, but it's good enough. And people are coming behind me. I don't know what they're thinking or what is happening right now. Are these people trying to disturb me? I do not know. I hope not. Welcome back. Yes, I am here. I'm not going to be talking very loud because people are beside me, standing and watching the view as well. I cannot show you them because I don't think they're going to consent. I have a notepad. That's how I brought my notes here. And I am very, very untrustful of this bag. If this bag falls, my phone is gonna fall. And I don't want my phone falling from 6 stories up a building. So let's do this quick and be done with this episode. I don't want to be done with this episode. Okay, just welcome back. Hi. We have a beautiful view here. It is about 12:30 p.m. or a.m. I do not know. It's midday. That's what I know. On the last chapter, we talked about Jesus getting baptized. If you did not watch that episode, please don't make me rewind. Go watch that episode right over here. Right over here. Yes. Click this and go back, watch it, come back here, and we can do this because I'm doing each episodes in different places. So try to watch that and come back here. So we are starting John chapter 2. Most of you might know this chapter as at the wine. Yes, this is the chapter where Jesus changed the water to wine. Before we go around and explain the kind of things that happened, let's go ahead and read the first 5 numbers. Jesus and his mother were having a conversation first. I hope this is recording, by the way. It is. I've been recording for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. On the 3rd day, a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. I don't know the English pronunciation for Galilee. Okay. Jesus' mother was there. And Jesus and his disciples also have been invited to a wedding. So there was a wedding. We can see that Jesus is a social person here. He's been invited and he goes to share that happiness with them. He probably knows those people or his mother said to go. And there was all this festivity and the people were drinking wine and I think they were drinking too much wine. But at the middle of the wedding, they ran out of wine. What are they gonna do after this? But Mother Mary says to Jesus, "We have ran out of wine." Let's look at this. Jesus did not say, "So what am I supposed to do, woman?" No, he did not. Okay, Jesus' reply in English is very funny because he said, "Woman, why do you involve me?" Jesus replied. I know what you're thinking. He said, "Woman." That's a disrespect, right? No, it's not. It doesn't mean any disrespect in Greek. Why do you involve me? But Jesus says, "My hour has not yet come." So what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of "my hour has not yet come"? So I asked myself this and I tried to look into this, and it means that he is not ready to reveal himself to the people or to the public. Not just yet. His time has not come to reveal himself. That's not the first thing he's supposed to do. But even though that, he says, "Okay, I'll do for you. Just for you, Mom." Because he respects and loves her, he does what she tells him to do. So kids, this is why you should obey your parents, even though what they say seems very, very silly. And yes, people behind me are talking. I wish I could be here on a sunset or so that I could take a picture of this. But that's not the point. I'm trying to. Wait. Mary tells the servants to obey whatever he tells them to because I think she has seen a miracle or two. She might deny it, but yeah. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." Oh my goodness, bro. So it happened. It didn't fall down. Thank God, but I'm gonna be careful next time. Let me read it again, I'm sorry. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jar with water." So they filled them to the brim. I haven't Google searched brim, but we, the Habasha people, call this "skahinch odras mulano" ማለት ነው. It means to the nose. They filled the jar with water. And they didn't fill it just normally. They filled it to the brim. And voila, it happened. It was wine. And after that, before it gets sent to the people that participate in the wedding, it needed to be tested. So they brought it to the master of the banquet. The master of the banquet tasted the water. It doesn't even say he tasted the wine. And I'm guessing he's saying, "Dang! This too good, bro! This is good! This is a better wine than before," he said. This might be weird to people watching me. But that's okay because, yeah. And that, my friends, was how Jesus revealed his first sign that he was the Messiah. I mean, that was the first public sign that he ever did. Oh, and then he went down to the Capernaum and stayed there for 3 days. And this is the point I'll have a transition and talk in the floor or something. So let's do this. This is better. After the transition, I decided to do this here because the sun is actively trying to destroy me. I do not know why. Maybe it's because it's the middle of the day, but much better. Okay. When it was almost time to the Jewish Passover, Jesus came to the temple courts. This is what it says. In the temple courts, he found people selling cattle, sheep, and doves, and others sitting at the tables exchanging money. So I found this pastor preaching, and he says that the people were taking too much money for themselves and selling it for their own profit, not even for the church's good. Not even be for the church's good, but they were selling it for their own profit. That's why Jesus got mad, bro. I think this is why Jesus got mad. People making profit from treachery. So he made a whip out of cords and drove all from the temple courts, both sheep and cattle. He scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. To those who sold doves, he said, "Get these out of here. Stop turning my father's house into a market," he said. So at this time, the disciples noticed something. Mostly, they do not know what he is doing. This time, they noticed what he was doing, and his disciples remembered that it is written, "Zeal for your house will consume me." The Jews responded to him, "Prove that you are the Messiah." Let me tell you something. That is not how faith works. And Jesus, this is what he answered, the most amazing answer ever. "Destroy this temple and I will build this in 3 days." Sheesh. He was talking about his yes, you got it right, dog. He was talking about his death and resurrection, boy. But at this time, the disciples did not notice this, which is obvious. Sorry, I had to burp and fart at the same time. This is a funny reply. Let's hear this. They reply, "It has taken 46 years to build this temple, and you're going to raise it in 3 days? Bruh, try." They did not say try, but I'm guessing they said that. But the temple you talked about was not the temple they were talking about. And again, they missed each other. So what was Jesus talking about? He was talking about his body, like I said earlier. His death and resurrection. So eventually the people realized that everything he has been speaking was from so they believed. I'm gonna have to read this because I want you to get this. I want you to get what the perspective of the people versus what the perspective of Jesus looks like, because listen to this very carefully. "Now, while he was in Jerusalem at the Passover festival, many people saw the signs he was performing and believed in his name." That's what the people were doing. Jesus would not entrust himself to them because he knew all people. He did not need any testimony about mankind, for he knew each person. So all over this chapter I was seeing, and it has obedience written all over it, by the way. Jesus obeyed his mother. We have seen that. But the one I didn't want to talk about earlier because it was gonna take a long time was the servants obeyed as well. That's why the miracle happened. Maybe you feel like you're stuck in your life and something is not going for you. That miracle you were expecting for years is not happening for you. But right here in the gospel, it says that in order for a miracle to happen, you have to obey and do what he tells you to do. That is what I realized today. This is such an amazing scripture. The other thing I realized is about the jar. Okay, my leg is hurting very much, so I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness. Ooh! I noticed that the jar was empty when they filled the water. They emptied out everything, every inch of the wine there was. They did not think it'll be easier for Jesus to change the wine into water if we left some wine in there. But no, they emptied it out. That was his orders. What I'm meaning to say is Jesus doesn't work on people who are half-jarred. There's a drawing that I did as well. I hope it makes sense. It doesn't have to be half, or it doesn't have to be a quarter, even an inch of the wine left there. They completely emptied out the wine and they replaced it. So in order for you to be filled as well, you have to be emptied out. So if you want Jesus to fill you up and change your lives, you have to be empty, because Jesus needs an empty vessel to work on. I thank you guys for being here and watching this episode. If there's anything you're going through in life, may God help you with everything. And if you want to share your testimonies or even your struggles, if you want me and the other viewers to pray on your struggles or everything else, just list it on the comments so that I can see it and I can pray on it as well. So will the other people. So if you don't have both, you can just go to the comments. If there's a comment there, you can pray for that person, or you can praise God for the testimony they have given. If you're at this point of the video and you haven't still subscribed, I'd recommend you to subscribe, because this is only day 2, you know? You never know what's gonna happen. Jesus is amazing, isn't he? Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna do a quick pose for my thumbnail of this episode, because this wall looks very, very delicious. You have the next episode right here if it's released. You can check it out right there. Goodbye.